Hello, my name's Chip, and I'm with MC.
That would be me.
Hello, we're Ask Crayon, and welcome back to the How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast. We're back, baby, sort of.
Eventually, we'll be.
We will be, yes. This isn't quite season 2, for those of you who have been waiting for that. I think what we noticed when we were recording the first season was... Oh, I need to drop my pad. Hang on, start again. So what I noticed is there was a lot of errors grammatically and punctually
and spelling as well.
Yeah, and some terrible plotting.
Yeah.
So what we kind of got out of that was our own unique kind of lexicon, very unique to the series Tomuarigassen and How I Ripped Off Buffy. So what we're going to do in this episode, well, firstly, we're going to talk a bit about the first season and the story and how it went and what we think of season 2 and that sort of thing.
Season 1?
Yeah, but we'll get into what we're going to think is going to happen in season 2 as well.
Okay.
And also, the main chunk of this episode is going to be presenting this sort of weird and merry lexicon to all of our listeners, and just looking back through the best bits of season 1, I guess. So let's start then with season 1. MC, hello. What did you think of season 1? I very much enjoyed going through it.
It was amazing. It was so amazing. It's a weird kind of insight into you as a 14-year-old, and by extension me as a 14-year-old as well.
Yeah.
When I do have trouble separating how much we thought was genuinely cool and how much we thought was
worryingly so. I think
Yeah.
it was. There's a big difference. I think between what did I think we were super awesome because I there's some humour in it.
Yeah.
Most of it is unintentional, but sometimes there's a joke in it that I put in. But yeah, he is worrying about what I was like. I think basically I liked Buffy and Angel.
This is the gist. This
is how we came to the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
And everything was kind of ripped off from that. The idea of superpowered people fighting vampires and zombies, but we were ninjas, so we were that much cooler. I mean, yeah, it started off as a joke. The first episode is a page and a half long.
Yeah.
The end one is like 15 pages long. So there is a point where you're like, well, I was like, you know what, I'm going to fucking write this.
Yeah.
And try to do such a thing. And you can definitely tell where I start to pepper certain episodes with things to come and laying the groundwork for future episodes.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not good.
No.
But you do manage
you
things
do need to
like
say that, you know
foreshadowing
that, right?
and...
I tried. As much as a 14-year-old me who couldn't spell or write or do anything tried to be, before I had any training in writing or anything like that. So the story of season 1 is we meet Chip and MC, this fictionalised versions of us.
Yeah,
where
the wisecracking
unemployed scriptwriter.
Unemployed, but you were wisecracking as well.
I was wisecracking, yes, that's true.
And I was a computer genius?
Yes, you were, with a large rock collection, apparently. That was a plot point. We both lost our families to various attacks. You lost your fiancée Carol through zombies. I lost my family through vampires.
Yeah.
And of course, later on, it was revealed that my brother Scoot had survived and came back to visit us.
Yeah.
And we were picked up by he's Chinese, isn't he, Shin-No-Kon? I think that was the thing. He's Chinese.
Probably.
He's a Chinese ninja.
Right.
Who taught us to be ninjas in a year.
Which is impressive. He's a very good teacher.
He is a very good teacher. Do you know what, actually, where I never finished writing this series, spoilers, but there was a point when I was going to end it where I was going to explain that. I was going to go back and explain how we actually managed to become fucking supernatural ninjas in a year.
It was all planned from the beginning and not a plot hole that you tried to address retroactively.
Not at all. It was just all a dream. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Chip woke up, his brother Scoot was in his bed with him. Everything was fine.
Both of them naked.
But then our antagonists of this series were Jack and Lee, who were also trained in the ways of the Kugler, this ancient mystical ninja group.
Yeah.
But they went rogue for reasons that were fairly unclear.
A little bit, yeah. Was it ever explained?
I think what it was they kind of resented being trapped for a year, training to be a ninja,
in return for getting superpowers.
And I think, well, he never mentioned it, but I'm assuming they had some sort of tragedies in their life as well.
Yeah, presumably.
So they just didn't cope very well with them,
I guess.
Toxic masculinity. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
But then, of course, as the series went on, Lee became more of a sympathetic character.
He did.
He killed things, but then when it came to killing a bunch of kids, he was like, no, don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And he kind of turned on Jack.
Yeah.
And Jack kind of went solo. He had this big ritual where he was going to become invincible.
Yeah.
A very specific ritual.
It was very specific.
I don't know if you remember.
The ingredients were the powdered bones of a baby.
No, it was vampire dust, wasn't it? And a virgin's blood.
No, it was
brains of a zombie.
Oh, this is a different ritual.
This is the one that made him immortal.
Yeah,
and
no, you're right.
Doubled his army to 147.
Well, wasn't there a teenage goth girl involved?
Yes, he was the virgin's blood.
Right. Okay.
I think we went with the goth thing.
Right.
But mainly it was the virgin's blood. But
I like to think it had to be a goth thing. You have to wait for the very specific period of history where this subculture appears. It's like, finally, my invincibility ritual.
And of course, it ended with the ending was Chip got sliced in half.
Well, not literally.
No, not literally. But he was down. He was hurt badly.
Yeah.
But then when MC turns to see where he was, he'd gone.
Yeah.
MC had his hand cut off.
Yeah.
But in the end, we did beat Jack because the genetics office blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is one thing we missed in the last episode.
Yeah.
And that was that because Lee had kind of joined us and was fighting the good fight. Mm-hmm. We thought he just fucked off in a van and drove away. What we failed to pick up on was that it was actually him that blew up the genetics office, which was Jack's base.
So, yeah.
And that's what killed the one zombie that was trapped there, because if we destroyed the entire army...
So, yeah, we did you a disservice. Lee, was it Lee? I can't remember which one it was. Lee.
Sorry, Korean Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we called it. Do you think maybe he turned evil because we kept on calling Korean Lee?
I mean, through another thing of the series is we're pretty much dicks to our friends. We have this sort of plethora of side characters as well. Louise, Jay, Shinno Khan, Tifa turns up. And we're just basically dicks to them.
Especially Jay, who finances the entire thing. And
we're just shitheads towards him.
Yeah.
I do wonder if that's going to be a theme for season 2 as well. If we're just going to maybe as 14-year-olds we were dicks. Maybe that was the problem.
We were teenage boys, kind of.
It's hard not to be. I guess. Yeah, we'll let ourselves go on that one. But obviously the season ends with Louise being pushed off stairs by a mystery person. We don't know what happened there. She was during the battle. There's a big battle at the end. She was pushed off some stairs, and we don't know what happened to her. That's something we're going to find out in season 2.
What happened to her low-fat batter?
I mean, yes, that as well. And then, of course, Jay lost one of his 2 character traits. He likes Slipknot and is rich, and he lost all his money in the last episode.
So now he just likes Slipknot. That's all there is to know about him.
And there's Shinno Khan as well, but we'll get to Shinno Khan. We're going to talk more about him in the time being. So that's a basic roundup of season 1, I think. If you're listening, if this is your first episode listening to this podcast, you're not going to have a clue what we're talking about. So maybe go back and listen to the first season and then come and listen to this episode and you'll still be confused. It'll be great. So what we're going to do is now we're going to have a listen to some of the best bits of season 1. And this is where our lexicon has come from, all the spelling errors, grammatical errors, and these are some of our favourite moments. Enjoy. But how about this for this is a tragic opening.
Yeah.
You're a computer genius, and your fiancée, who you loved, Carol, she's been eaten by zombies, who were obviously real in this universe straight away.
And just got it there.
His sorrow is
worsted.
Worsted?
Worsted. No, it's worsted.
I'm sorry, your sorrow was worsted.
That's amazing. You're inventing your own language. It's like Shakespeare. You're coining phrases that are going to be used for generations to come.
The 2 still yet to meet research into the 2 kinds of people that ruin their lives, so someday they might exact revenge.
Again, a new phrase, a new word.
Yes.
Revenge. How does that differ to normal revenge?
It's extra revenge. It's Tomuarigassen, MC.
Right.
He explains that MC and Chip have been chosen to fight the evil in the world by an ancient and secret society, the Ku Claw.
Again, definitely real Chinese, possibly Japanese name.
Yes, there's definitely a hidden meaning behind that if you Google it comes up for some Japanese, some sort of Asian lore. During the long flight, MC and Chip get talking and get on great, despite their obvious differences in class and social background and everything. They meet the other 2 Chosens at the dojo, which is in a secret...
Chosens? That sounds familiar. Chosen one?
I don't know. Again,
it's
I
almost
think
like
you've been making up words.
Buffy or something.
As Shinno Khan was bound to this ethos...
Oh, again, making up words.
Yep. The he could at least do some good by informing the 2 of pending evil.
That's convenient, because
he's got administrative duties. MC and Chip decide to have a sparring session in their now half-fully functional gym. It's half-fully functional. In one of the rooms inside the mansion. When they arrived, MC and Chip did not play caution to the wind.
What? Also, the file title is Epiphany School. So, yeah.
Who doesn't love an Epiphany? Also, a handy deal with the local mafia stopped them from treading on anyone's toes. A handy deal with the local mafia. The local mafia.
Well, you don't want to go with the national mafia, you know. You always want to shop local. There's just more soul to it. You don't want like the chain mafia.
Now, you know, they've got to start small and build up.
Exactly.
MC demanded to know why they should even give an evil bastard like himself a ninja minute of their time. Ninja time.
Is a ninja minute like faster than a normal minute? Because ninjas are
also
fast?
You don't realise it's gone by until it's too late.
Ah, that's it.
MC took a long sword, a small knife, some shrunken throwing stars, and a small mace-like weapon.
So a mace then, yeah.
The 15 or so children and their teacher were huddled together in the middle of the room, tied up as the 4 mafia guys set the detonators.
I assume huddled is some sort of like dead child secretary sex thing.
Huddled.com. Jack had escaped through a window with a detonator.
Which is even worse than a detonator. Like revenange is worse than revenge.
He pushed the detonator.
Oh, he's got a different one now.
I know. It's like, you thought I had the detonator? No, it's detonator. It had been a week and a half since the magic had been blown up, and MC and Chip were still not together as friends should be. Now, there's a lot going on in that sentence.
You really shit the bed on that sentence. That's amazing.
Then, on Wednesday, Chip found himself surrounded and outnumbered by zombies in a warehouse, but chose to fight alone. Dispute the handicap. So wait, not only was he fighting zombies, but he decided to argue with a crippled person about their way of life? Oh, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong for Chip and MC.
His hatred of the disabled is coming out. Always does when he's stressed.
The 2 non-ninjas, as Jane and Louise will now be known as, went back into thought mode. Also known as thinking.
What shall I have for dinner? Hold on, I'll go into thought mode. I thought you didn't want any fun after you were kidnapped by a vampire cult, nearly turned into one, and then burned to complete death on a huge house.
As opposed to a small amount of death. A
partial death, yeah, just a little bit of death. Oh well.
He thought as the garage door opened at his luxury. Oh, well, the door opens at my luxury. That's very nice.
I think I'll go to my luxury today. Excuse me, do you sell any luxuries?
Well, sorry to disappoint you, ninja chum, but we ain't.
That hurts so much.
You're no longer my ninja chum. His father before him, Jay's grandfather, had accumulated the family's money by running a protection agency for local gangsters in London way back in the 50s. Why would local gangsters need protection?
From the national gangsters?
Everything's local. Local mafia, local gangsters. It's all very regional, this. He then moved on to Tokyo with the money he had made and invested in every known crime available at the time.
Went to the investment place and like, yeah, I'd like to invest in crime. Have you got... No, anything like, rape. Yeah. Shoplifting, sure, yeah.
I want to invest in every known crime that's available at this time. Only he wanted to cover up the crime aspect, so he moved into some legitimate business... So he moved into some legitimate business dealings. Legitimate, one for the Tomuarigassen Lexicon there.
Not legitimate, though. It's still illegal, but it is legitimate.
That's why he was chosen to join the Ku Klux and to become a ninjas. He is a plural ninja, that's how good he is.
He was so good. You start off being one ninja, and then you get so good at it, you level up, become several ninjas.
I believe Chip is now 9 ninjas. By the time he returned, all that was left was pools of blood and various family parts. I really hope that's the way he told the story. Yeah, he got back and there was just blood and some various family parts knocking about. In the kitchen, Chip was busy dishing out portions of sugar because they'd run out of tea, or like, what? Of which they were running worryingly low.
There's a bowl of sugar. Here you go.
Times are tough. We can't drink any tea, so we've got to have portions of sugar, and even that's getting low.
Chip, my friend, contrary to beliefs, I guess better, angels do not exist.
He's so drunk. He's been there all night. This is where he goes when he's not at the mansion. He's just at this undead bar drinking.
Chip, you are my best mate. No, really, I love you, man. No, I've only had like 5 beers max. I did shots.
Do you meet people you know often in the toilets? Oh, Scoots. Chip just smiled. Where's this drink then, Scoot?
But the kind without words, where I'm bashing your skull in with a large rock collection.
Thought MC. Now, a large rock collection. Should we talk about that for a second? Because that's kind of odd, right?
Yeah, and like, is it all the rocks at once, or does he cycle through them, or does he pick like a favourite?
And is it MC's rock collection? Does MC collect rocks, or is it like they're going to go to a museum, like it's quite, planned, and that's where he's going to do it?
Oh, that's a point. Yeah, is it premeditated, or is it just there he is inspecting his rock collection, the music comes on from Jay's room, and he just grabs some granite or something and goes wild? I don't know. Is this part of MC's character development, where like Jay's rich and likes heavy metal, MC is a computer nerd with a large rock collection?
In the kitchen, MC found Louise spreading a sum of low-fat butter on a piece of bread.
Oh, wow.
A sum. Is this like, am I trying to get mathematical here, but like don't know any measurements of the form of butter?
Is it
a sum of low-fat butter?
No, it's because low-fat butter is measured in sums. Also, I like how it specifies low-fat butter, because she's a girl, and they're always on diets, aren't they?
I'm surprised it wasn't like low-fat butter on a piece of whole-grain, malted loaf bread.
On a lettuce leaf.
With the crusts cut off.
Whoop-de-doo.
That does not say whoop-de-doo. Read that properly.
No. Oh, sorry, you're right. Whoop-e-doo.
Said MC, repeating his famous catchphrase.
Just thinking of John McClane now. Whoop-e-doo, motherfuckers. Whoop-I-doo?
Said MC. He turned around and saw Scott in full vamp mode. Fangs and all. I mean, if he was in vamp mode, then surely you'd expect fangs, wouldn't you?
Haven't we already said this? Like, full vamp mode, what's half vamp mode? Is there a quarter vamp mode?
You're only wearing like part of a cloak or something? Or
you're only a little bit of a gay vampire? Like, just sort of bi-curious, maybe?
Yeah. He growled the way only vampires could, yet still no reaction from Chip.
I like to think that it's just a really stupid growl. Like, instead of being menacing, it's just like...
MC didn't get annoyed easily, but it seemed like ever since him and Louise had left the mansion to quest for this prophecy, which is spelled correctly here, but not in the main title, interestingly enough.
Maybe it's a different type of prophecy. Maybe it's... depends...
Of course. This is a prophecy, but the title is prophecy, so they're completely different. Unrelated.
Different, completely different. MC and Louise went out to find it about 8 o'clock this morning. You were still owl sleep.
You were still good old Owl Seep, the secret identity of Chip. He wears a fake hat and a moustache. Jay was instructing 2 men who were wearing brown overalls. Right, okay. Uh-huh. They were hauling a great big wooden crate. How big is this wooden crate, I want to know?
Great big?
Relax, said Chip. This is MC's friend. Tifa Lockhart, I presume. He held out his hand and the detective shook it firmly. Lucky guy, thought Chip.
I like that he thinks MC is lucky after the firm handshake. It's not about being her big Chip. It's like, oh yeah. Strong
That's
grip
what he looks
strength.
for in a woman.
He'll
Nice handshake.
really be able to twist round-shaped objects at 90 degrees, getting a snapping sound all night.
MC felt like going into a ninja rage on this piece of... I like how I developed ninja as an adjective in certain things.
MC got out of his ninja bed and went into the ninja bathroom, where he went to the ninja loo and had a ninja shower. Then he had his ninja breakfast and he ninja brushed his ninja teeth.
Chip received a cut just over his left eye, while MC could feel his rins being bruised from the numerous kicks.
Not his rins. MC has really delicate rins.
Oh, I'm really sorry for kicking you in the rins.
I was going at it with Chip in the cold and wet last night, and my rins are so sore.
Chip held an ice pack over his head. The cut he'd suffered at the hands of MC was beginning to heal. Oh yeah, Chip and MC had a punch-up, didn't they?
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh my god. But the dried blood was starting to stick in his gelled hair?
So I'm pretty sure you meant gelled, but in this case, gelled is like, I think it's to castrate an animal. So like, I guess it's all the dried blood is from Chip just running around castrating animals. The blood squirting everywhere, gets in his hair.
That's a whole new subplot that we haven't even begun to explore yet. I mean, there were hints to like Chip's darkness. Is this the start of him becoming like a serial killer or something?
It just the serial Hannibal castrator. That's worse than serial killer, I think. If you just sort of like a farmer goes out in the field in the morning just to find a bunch of severed horse cocks all over his fucking front garden.
Now there's a Netflix documentary series I'd watch. Chip just ruthlessly smashed into a zombie's head with a large rock. Was it part of MC's rock collection? He tried to stand, but his legs were like jelly that hadn't set yet. I think just saying they were like jelly would have been enough.
It would be specific, yeah.
Jelly is still wobbly even when it sets. Were his legs water?
They just dissolved. They melted.
Oh boy, those sure were some funny moments, MC, weren't they? God, what a lovely time it was just listening to those back.
This is like the low budget version of the sitcom where they just have the clip shows, so they don't have to shoot any new material.
I feel like the entire show is like that, really. So, as well as the lexicon that we've developed, which I'm sure will continue into season 2, another thing that kind of came up is you sometimes explain our, hesitate to say work, the things we put out there for people as how we bring them to life with our unique acting. And I think one thing...
That's a word.
that I don't think this is better summed up than some of the voices that came out of season 1 of Tomuarigassen and how I ripped off Buffy, because we play all the parts. I don't know if anyone peeling back the
trouble picking us
peeling
out.
Back the fourth wall, that's not right.
Add it to the lexicon.
Oh god, I'm 14-year-old Chip again. Yes, we play out all the parts. So I voice Chip, obviously. I voice Louise. I think she's still talking to me after I've done her voice throughout the entire season. Who else? I voiced Scott, my brother Scott, or Scoot, depending on what you prefer. There was a cameo from a vampire called Gav, who I voiced very briefly with his one line. And yourself?
MC, obviously.
Yep.
Jay, again, if he's still talking to us after my treatment. The very sexy Tifa Lockhart.
Oh yes. I still think about that late at night when I'm alone, which is every night.
And who else have I done?
Shinno Khan.
Of course.
Come on.
Shinno Khan.
Also Lee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had trouble with
many troubles. Many troubles.
Sensitive and authentic Asian continent accent for me.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to do all the American, so obviously Scoot ended up being American for some reason, even though he's my brother from England. Also, I voiced Jack, who is American. Yeah. Whose accent kind of changed through the series, I feel like.
Quasi-Texan, Southern-ish.
Yeah, got a bit of a drawl to it, hasn't it? Yeah. So that's the next thing we're going to bring to you. It's going to be a selection of our favourite voice acting things from season 1. So enjoy this too.
I think I can help with it.
Your Chinese is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's Asian, Japanese, all the same.
But Jack disagrees. Nah, it's not time for them to know yet, but they will, and soon.
Authentic, I love it. I can only think of squeaky voice, and I don't think you have a squeaky voice, Jack. You've got a lovely voice. I got some bad news for you guys. You don't sound like that, Jay, really.
Nothing really, just a bit homesick. Oh, Louis, I'm so sorry that's your voice, but I can't do a lady's voice any better.
It's happened now.
This is the first line of dialogue as well, so... Nothing really, just a bit homesick.
Is MC about?
Is that going to be your Tifa voice? Because I'm going to get an erection every time you do that. You know that, right?
That's the plan. Oh, what? PI stuff, I guess?
Hello, bro, said Scott. Okay, I'm going for a bit of a surfer motif with this, I think, so let me do this again. Hello, bro, said Scott. His brother?
You sound like a cartoon character from a 90s cartoon. It's amazing.
There is a way.
The small croaky voice came from Lee.
There is a way to stop it. It's my attempt to... And I've only got one good racist Asian voice in me.
Only 4 other vampires walked out from the shadows and stood in front of him.
You're not going to interfere in that business.
Said a gothic-looking one, but now I'm like, should that say a golem-looking one? Well, that certainly was a bunch of terrible voices that we did.
It sure was.
Well, moving on, and speaking of terrible voices, let's... Well, not terrible, I mean fantastic. Shin no Khan, the dead Chinese ninja master who's our surrogate father in a lot of ways in this show.
He is.
Yeah, and like many of the characters, he has one trait. And that is that he appears a lot. He's dead. We didn't mention this before. He's killed by Jack and Lee at the start of the season, but he comes back in a ghost-like form to tell us. He's the exposition guy, basically. He's like, this is happening, go and do this.
He magically knows everything.
He does. And he doesn't hang around. What he likes to do is appear. And we picked up on this very early on, and we developed the Shin no Khan drinking game. Every time Shin no Khan appears, we drink. So I have a question for you. How many times throughout season 1, bearing in mind there's 10 episodes, how many times does Shin no Khan appear?
I reckon it's at least once an episode. I'm going to go 15.
That's more than one per episode.
No, at least one per
at least,
episode.
okay. Well, actually, if you'd have stuck with the one per episode, you would have been nearly right.
Oh, okay.
Because throughout the series, Shin no Khan appears 9 times.
Nice.
And then once, he disappears. Ooh, and it was a big moment at the end.
We were very excited.
So what we want to do is now, everyone listen to this, what we want you to do is we want you to line up 10 shots, because here it is every single time Shin no Khan appeared and disappeared. Shin no Khan appears, he does that a lot, I think. I think if we're going to have a drinking game, you need to take a shot every time Shin no Khan appears. Shin no Khan appears and tells Ensign Chip that the office is in fact a multi-million-pound genetic experimentation centre. Suddenly, Shin no Khan appears. Drink. With that, Shin no Khan appeared. Drink! As MC dialed the number of the good-looking detective, he was interrupted by the sudden appearance of Shin no Khan. Drink. And then, his dead master and mentor, Shin no Khan, appeared. Drink! Chip started to charge, but then he had to turn on the brakes as Shin no Khan appeared. Drink. The spell was about a page long, halfway through, and Shin no Khan appeared. Again, what a sentence! As if by magic, Shin no Khan appeared. Yay! Drink.
Goodbye, my friends.
Shin no Khan disappeared. Oh my god.
The opposite.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this really is the season finale, isn't it?
All the times he's appeared in previous episodes, and now, in the final episode, he's disappeared. Does that mean we have to throw up all the drinks we've had for the drinking game?
I like to think as well that after appearing, he never disappeared. He just sort of awkwardly hid or went in the cupboard until everyone left, or just jumped out a window.
Wow, that certainly was a lot of appearing, MC.
It sure was, and a little bit of disappearing. Just for flavour.
A sprinkle of disappearing as well. So as we come to the end of this bonus episode, what are our hopes and dreams for Season 2?
You know,
I remember little bits and pieces, but a lot of it's going to be fresh to me.
honestly, I can't remember anything about season 2, so it is going to be fresh to me, and I'm looking forward to finding out. I think I'm looking forward in a slightly cringy way to Chip. It's going to be on a bit of an angst
Ooh, you think?
thing.
All right, okay. Oh god.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I probably would have been about 15 at this point. So
Yeah.
15-year-old Chip Angst coming out in
Yeah.
a Chip Angst storyline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be tough for me.
Heavily inspired by all the Buffy angst. It's going to be pretty...
Oh,
yeah.
shit in hell. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of threads we've got pulled together as well.
That's true.
And I do know that we have a new antagonist.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's going to be a new bad guy for us to take on.
Interesting.
Yep. Or maybe just one of us to take on, because we don't know what happened to Chip. We don't know what happened to Louise. There could be just you and Jay left.
But, I mean, there aren't enough character traits there to float an entire series on.
No, but I think some more come into it, possibly. We're going to find out.
Jay likes Slipknot and Slayer.
And we're going to get a new rich friend who likes other heavy metal bands. I will just edit them in afterwards when I remember some. Yeah, so I don't give anything away, but that's pretty much from it. It's a longer season.
Ooh.
I think, because at this point I'm very much into, I'm going to plot this, write this, make it semi-serious and angsty.
And of course the quality goes right up. Way up.
I mean, I would say more sideways, to be honest. Maybe at a slight diagonal, like a graph, goes up and down. It's like the stock markets that Jay loves and lost all his money on. But I'm sure there'll be some more inventive creatures for us to fight. There'll be love, loss, tears, heartbreak, happiness.
Do I shag Tifa?
That's all you care about, isn't it? That's all you care about.
I got to live vicariously through my characters.
I mean, you can only hold her with one hand now.
Oh,
so
goddammit.
yeah. So if anyone's got any ideas of what they think is going to happen in season 2, come and let us know. We are now on Facebook, MC.
Ooh.
It is the How I Ripped Off podcast.
Okay.
Because I wanted to put How I Ripped Off Buffy, but apparently Facebook doesn't allow Buffy.
Huh.
I was not allowed to include that.
Damn it.
So it's the go on Facebook and type in How I Ripped Off podcast. You can find us there. Come send us a message. Leave us a nice message. Don't abuse us or anything like that. That would be sad.
I know we deserve it, but please don't.
And don't forget, you can find this podcast in many different ways. I'm sure you're listening on one of them right now. We're on SoundCloud. We are on iTunes, and we're on Stitcher Radio as well. Just type in How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Please come and leave us a rating and review, because if you do that, that means we get seen more in the algorithm of those various things. And
The world needs to hear this.
I mean, the world is depleted of
Is the
Tomuarigassen.
world ready?
Would it ever be ready?
True.
It's like global warming. It
Yes.
has the same effect on the world. Heats it up. And we will see you very, very shortly for season 2 of How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer.